Hey kids, welcome back. We have another reading. Continue on the Bernstein bear story. Hey, which one are we going to read today? Honesty counts. That's a good one. Honesty, dishonesty. When you're dishonest, you lose trust. You want to be honest. Sometimes even if it hurts, it hurts you, but for society and your friends, honesty is what counts. So let's see what's going to happen. Ready? Mama, Papa, brother, sister, and Honey. Now, remember who Honey is? Honey is the littlest little bear. So you have the 3 kids, and the youngest one is Honey. They were all looking forward to the chapel in the woods, the yearly club campout. Mama checked off their list of items: sleeping bags, lanterns, picnic basket, a tent, matches, cooking pot, fishing poles, while Papa packed up the car. So Mama's checking it off, Papa's sticking it in there. You see their pots, fishing pole, lanterns, 1, 2. How many sleeping bags do we need? We need sleeping bags for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, over here. I can't wait to sleep under the stars, Brother said. And we're going to win the annual canoe race down the rapid river this year. I just know it, Sister added. Wow, a race in the boats. Water sports are great when it's hot out during the summer. After the cubs got settled, they joined Preacher and Mrs. Brown, who were busy sorting life vests, paddles near the river. The annual canoe race was set for later that day. There would be 2 canoes in the race. One was paddled by Sister and Brother, Cousin Fred and Lizzie Bruin. The other by the Too Tall Grizzly and his gang. Soon everyone was gathered around. Oh, so it looks like there's just going to be 2 boats in a race, and you got your 2 groups of people. This group in one boat, and this group in another boat. The race will go down the rapids and around the bend, in the river to the finish line at the old oak tree, announced Preacher Brown. We'll meet up there. So you're going to start here and go racing around here, and here it says finish. Finally the time came. The 2 teams pushed their canoes into the river. Ready, get set, paddle, called Preacher Brown. The teams paddled as fast as they could. At first, the 2 canoes were neck and neck. Then Brother and Sister's canoe pulled ahead. They were better paddlers than the Too Tall gang. Look out, called Lizzie. We're coming to the rapids. White water is boiling up ahead of them. This is the boiling up when the water is falling down and churning up. And it looks like an exciting, dangerous thing. They got to watch out and be vigilant. Stroke, 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 called Fred as they bumped down 20 steps falls. They call it a 20-step falls because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, all the way down to 20. And they're still coming down to that 20th bump. When they reached the bottom, they looked back. The Too Tall gang was nowhere to be seen. I guess they decided not to risk the falls, said Brother. Hooray, cried Sister. We're going to win. Hooray, they all cried. Where could they be? I don't see them up here either. What could be going on in this race? Well, what a surprise on their face. Look at this, they're already there sitting around. But as the cubs drifted around the bend in the river, they saw an amazing sight. There, tied to the old oak tree, that marked the finish line was a canoe. And there, leaning against the tree, was the Too Tall Gang. The cubs' mouths were hung open. How, they gasped, did they get ahead of us? What do you think? How could they have gotten ahead? Think. Sit down and think. They started, you didn't see them, and now they're ahead of you. How could they do that? I got an idea, do you? Nothing to it, said Too Tall with a grin. We just paddled around one side of Big Bear Rock while you paddled around the other side. Yeah, smirked the gang member, Scoods. You were so busy with your stroke that you never noticed us. The gang began to dance around, pretending to paddle. Stroke, they chanted. Stroke. Let's do a dance. Let's pretend we have a paddle. Can you pretend you have a paddle? Stroke. Let's dance the stroke. Let's call it the canoe dance. When I say, let's do the canoe dance, then you'll go, stroke. That's fun. Just then, Preacher Brown and the other campers came up to see the end of the race. So that's all there was to it, huh? Too Tall, said Preacher Brown, folding his arms. Are you sure you're being completely honest? What do you mean? Asked Too Tall nervously. It seems to me a shortcut around here, said Preacher Brown. He pushed aside a clump of cattails at the edge of the water. These things here, they're called cattails. In this picture, they look like hot dogs. I would say, wow, let's go get a corn dog. Makes me hungry for a corn dog, does it you? Put some mustard on it. Look, cried Lizzie. It's a hidden creek. A shortcut, said Brother. Too Tall never went down the rapids. He just paddled down this hidden creek to win the race. Oh, boy. See? They're supposed to go this route, but they went through this little cutout here. Took a shortcut. Oh, and here's the steps. Step. Or you go around this side. Oh, that's what they were saying. They were saying they went down this side while the other group went down the steps. Oh, that rock looks like a bear. Okay. Is that a fair race? When you go out of the course? Our little bears look angry. They don't look happy. You cheated, they yelled at Too Tall Gang. You were dishonest. Well, I guess we were, a little, admitted Too Tall. Too Tall, said Preacher Brown, shaking his head. An honest witness tells the truth, but a false witness tells lies. That's Proverbs chapter 12, said Fred, who liked to memorize things. And it says, the words of the reckless pierce like swords, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. Too Tall is he's thinking in his head that when you lie, those lies would chase you like sharp swords. And he's thinking if you do the good thing, it brings happiness. Whoa, said Too Tall, imagining the Bible verses coming alive with swords and tongues. That was awesome. That's nice that Too Tall was even able to think about these things. Maybe he never thought about, what it means to be honest and dishonest. Yes, agreed Preacher Brown. The blessings of honesty are awesome indeed. And with that, Preacher Brown awarded sister, brother, cousin Fred, and Lizzie blue ribbons for winning the race fair and square. That's well deserved. I know in competitions, if you ever win a prize and you were dishonest in winning it, that you know that forever, for many years, even though you have a prize given to you, like a trophy or a ribbon, that it doesn't mean anything to you because you know in your heart that you got it unfairly, dishonestly, and you robbed the honest people from their just deserts. So that was lovely. We just now finished all the stories in the book. So now I'll have to look around for another book for you too. So thank you for coming to be with Poppi to read to you these nice stories. Love you all. Enjoy your nap.